still Mike's line. It's a beautiful new day.
Yeah, it is.
I got that one from you.
It is.
But we're going to be spending a lot of time with you this morning.
Top of the morning to you. The show is Wake Up Nigeria, and I am Mike Mexicano.
I'm Titilayo Oyin. So now you need to know something. We have an endless rundown. Pages and pages of things for you to look forward to this morning. And it's not going to be any different from any other great day.
We're not rushing. It's not going to be like the 8th season of a particular show. We're not rushing.
Wow, below the belt.
If you need to step out of the house anytime before 8:45 a.m. this morning, you have the option of streaming with us live at tvcontinental.tv and on Facebook at TVC Connect. You can comment, send in comments on social media with the hashtag Wake Up Nigeria.
Now that hashtag has become a thing people keep in their back pocket. They pull it out and they just tweet it. You just use the hashtag randomly, so we don't mind. We just want to see your messages. You can also download our mobile app from any Android or iOS store. Please watch us from your mobile devices anywhere around the world.
Yep, that's it. Tuesday morning. There's a whole lot. Now, Tuesday morning is normally Tuesday is like our first Friday.
Really?
We have a whole lot of fun on the show.
I don't know if we could call it a first Friday.
I'll explain why later. But then, hey, come on, we're big on performances here when it comes to rap and music in general. Kida is one to reckon with. She's a hardcore rapper, singer, and lyricist.
Yes,
and she has a musical performance coming up for us very shortly.
Juliari Samuel is a songwriter, vocalist, and performing artist, commonly known as Kaba. Now, he has a musical performance coming up for us a bit later on the show.
Also coming up is a round of the latest entertainment news from our celebrities.
Indeed, a lot's going on there. Now, Lagos dad, Jesu Tola Ajao, is going to be joining us on our parenting segment this morning. He's going to be talking about what dads can do to help a brand new mom around the house. And in general, not just around the house, actually.
Yep, and then joining us for a chat this morning is writer and actress Doris Okorie.
Get up from my office.
Those are two words. Those are two words people just dread to hear ever.
2 words made popular by a particular president.
Mention his name now. You're the one.
Donald Trump now. Those words make
You're fired.
Yeah, you're fired. The Apprentice. I love that show, by the way. I used to enjoy that show. Then when he got to celebrity and all of that. But he's.
So right now, there are a lot of people that have probably heard that before. But it's how they got out of it or came back from it that really, really counts. It's not Monday time for motivation, but
in Nigeria, they don't say that word. You just
you see what?
Something just happened.
There's some people that get fired
before you get the letter.
Are you sure? Not in all cases, though. Some people, it's really shocking. I know a particular person, January 1st, just got back to the office and they told him you're fired. Why?
January
because
1st.
first week in January, not January 1st specifically. But the thing is, he had sent his family for Christmas abroad. He had just finished paying fees for the new term. Like, the guy was just like, scattered and I really, God forbid, you hear those kind of words. It just makes you think about how a lot of people have come full circle. Especially when they come back out on top of it.
But you see, that's the problem there, really, because as much as you're working for someone, as much as you're an employee of labor, you have to have it at the back of your mind that you're indispensable.
Yes.
No,
so
you are dispensable, sorry. So for every time you have to try as much as possible to add value. I mean, that's why you're working in that organization. But
have a plan B.
Have a plan B and have a plan C. It's not easy. It's not easy. That's the truth. Let's be realistic.
It's actually not easy. That were very Very loyal.
Like, don't be saying that.
Very loyal.
We're very
Don't
loyal.
even, don't even say that.
We don't
man.
have.
Because so what if?
And
what
then
if-
I also see that people, there's a lot of office politics that go on. There are a lot of people who actually really like working constantly to make sure that, you know, people, they're undermining people's values, undermining people's responsibilities.
Table
you know,
shaking.
just
You
to
know something
get
I've
to the
realized?
top.
Until you find yourself
actually-
in that situation,
Yeah.
you don't even know you can get out of it. Like, sometimes you tell yourself, oh gosh, may this never happen, may this, may this, that. And then when it happens, you realize that the first thing on your mind is to find a solution.
Exactly.
And within days, sometimes even hours,
Yeah.
you've already found a
Of
solution.
course.
But the fear of the unknown is what frightens
Exactly.
many
I
of us.
want to jump on what
Exactly.
you said earlier. So I know that sometimes it feels like people are trying to undermine, but they're not trying to undermine. The truth is they want to climb, and the only way they can climb is to climb over you.
We are saying the same thing.
So no. So undermining feels
You know what
like
happens?
We're
so
saying
it's
the
career
same.
goals
We are saying
are
the same.
different.
Tomatoes.
Exactly, exactly. But it's the same thing.
Semantics.
Yeah,
Tomatoes,
it's the same
So
thing.
everyone deserves to be respected.
It's about
When you
the same
have a
thing.
job, it's important for you to be respected, to be valued. And there's always that feeling when you've put in so much
And you're not appreciated for it,
appreciated.
yeah.
You know, that kind of thing can actually make you like look for options unconsciously. So when the shocking your fire thing comes, it's not really shocking because you're like, well, you might as well take your
Okay,
job. I
talking
don't
about
care.
fire. Let's end this on a good. Yesterday was Sunday night was enough of fire. In fact, we're tackling Khaleesi here for something you does not know.
Hey, I've not watched it yet,
not watched
so
it?
please, no
Who wants to spoil
spoiler
it for you?
alert.
Who wants to
No
spoil
spoiler
it?
alert.
So-
Thank you.
Who wants to spoil it for you?
Let's just
Who
say
wants
a
to
lot
spoil
of
it for
people
you?
that name their kids Daenerys and Khaleesi might just be changing their minds about that. Just saying. No spoilers. Just saying.
Okay, I think it's about time for us to take the news.
Yes.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, so I'll be taking the news. All right, my name is Mary Bashir Alimi. On to the news on Wake Up Nigeria. Zainab, Aliyu and Ibrahim Abubakar, the two Nigerians arrested and detained in Saudi Arabia, have arrived home. They were falsely incriminated in a drug trafficking offense by airport workers at the Malam Aminu Kano International Airport, and that led to their arrest by Saudi authorities. Drug offense in Saudi Arabia carries death penalty. They were freed 2 weeks ago after intense pressure from Nigerians and negotiations by the government, security and government officials. Family and friends converged at the airport to receive them. Minister of Labour and Employment, Chris Ngige, has inaugurated a new board of the Nigeria Social Insurance Trust Fund at the banquet hall of the Presidential Villa in Abuja. The new chairman of the board is Austin Enajamo Isire. The presidency had said on Sunday that Mr. Ngige had the backing of President Muhammadu Buhari on all actions taken concerning the NSITF. There had been controversy over the inauguration of the NSITF board after Ngige postponed its inauguration on April 18. President Buhari has redeployed former unionist Frank Kokori to head the board of the Michael Imodu National Institute for Labour Studies. The Nigerian army says 54 suspected kidnapped victims have been rescued by troops of Operation Lafia Dole after the hideouts of Boko Haram terrorists were destroyed in some villages in Borno State. Also, troops on a clearance operation discovered and destroyed 2 Boko Haram terrorist logistics vehicles at Mobile local government area of Borno State. The army insists it will remain resolute in ending terrorism and other forms of insecurities across the country. Members of the Nigerian Union of Local Government Employees have thrown their weight behind direct payment of allocation to council areas across Nigeria. President of the union in Ondo State, Bola Taiwo, says the decision by the federal government will make council chairmen accountable to the people. It will limit daily cash withdrawal from local government accounts at 500,000 naira, while any transaction above that must be done through checks or e-transfer. The NULGE insists it is optimistic that the new policy will bring rapid development to the council areas. Still on the face-off between Labour Union and Minister for Labour and Employment, members of the NLC are calling for the sack of Dr. Chris Ngige. They declared this at a street protest in Abuja, condemning what they call the violent treatment meted against some members last week, while on a peaceful protest to his residence. The protesting workers also called for a probe into the activities of the Nigerian Social Investment Trust Fund in the last 3 years that the minister has been in charge. The minister had last week given the Nigeria Labour Congress 7 days to apologize or risk legal action. But Labour insists Dr. Ngige is the one to tender an unreserved apology for the violence against its members. President Donald Trump says he will meet face-to-face with Chinese President Xi Jinping at the G20 summit late next month and the latest escalation in trade tensions between the two countries. Trump predicted that his meeting with Xi will likely be very fruitful and said he believes China wants to reach a deal, even as he vented about China reneging earlier this month on key portions of the deal being negotiated between the two economic powers. Earlier Monday, China announced tariffs on $60 billion in U.S. exports in retaliation for Trump's moves last week to hike existing tariffs imposed last year on Chinese goods. Trump's comments come after his top economic advisor spent the weekend trying to defuse the trade war. And that's it on the news update for this hour. Next is the weather forecast for the day. Stay with us.
What do you think about that? Very short, very sharp, Titi. What do you think about surfing in Nigeria?
I think it's interesting. It's something very different. But when it comes to making a career out of it, I think that's going to take a while. It's going to take a while. So career out of surfing, I'm not so sure. But for fun,
interesting.
Recreation, fine.
All right. While you're surfing, be careful out there. That's all on sports for now. The ladies are looking at the headlines in the dailies this morning.
Gosh. You just had to say that, didn't you, Mike? You just had to be careful. Some friendly waves out there. We have some papers here. We have quite a few, in fact. The Punch newspaper has this headline. It says, "We pay ransoms to bandits daily," Zamfara local government chief tells minister. Bandits asked 5 villages to pay 20 million naira to avoid attacks, says resident. It also says here, on 2019 UTME, JAMB remits 5 billion naira to federal government. Reckless spending has not changed under Buhari, says reps. I'm wiser now, says Lagos Governor Ambode. It also says here, no apologies for my Lagos Godfather views, according to El Rufai. TSA has recorded over 30 trillion naira worth of transactions, says AGF. It also says here you can request to search officers, demand a arrest warrant, say police. And a student films self drinking sniper over UTME result.
Yeah, that was a live video.
Sad one.
Very sad.
Very sad. That's what we have on the cover of the Punch.
All right, I have the Daily Sun newspaper here. Says NEITI indicts governors, says 28 states can't fund 2019 budgets. Ngige under attack as NLC sustains protests. ASU seeks psychiatric tests for incoming government officials. Minister inaugurates NSIFT board mid charge for transparency. And up here we see second term inauguration. Buhari takes oath May 29, celebrates on June 12. Federal government opts for low-key inauguration to hold major events on Democracy Day. And down here we see crisis hits new Kano Emirates. Woody people rejects Goya Kingdom. District head resigns in protest of governor's action. Ganduje continues presentation of staff of office. All of these stories on the front page of the Daily Sun newspaper.
We have the Guardian newspaper coming up next. It says untrained personnel, others threaten safety in local aviation. 35 pilots, 27 engineers in air wing of police unqualified. That's a scary thought.
Oh, wow.
Force agencies blame poor funding. NCAA says no cause for alarm. Plane of Obiano, Ekweremadu, Nnamani, others makes emergency landing. It also says here, Senate under pressure to reject Emefiele's reappointment. Timmy Frank calls for EFCC's investigation of allegation. Governor Dixon hails Buhari over appointment. CBN governor meets president after leaked audio tape. It also says here that Ngige dares Labour, inaugurates NSITF board amid tight security. Shoyinka in the U.S. eulogizes Leah Sharibu, deplores Boko Haram's handling by Americans. And finally, Buhari to get harmonized PIGB from National Assembly. That's what we have on the cover of The Guardian.
All right, so on to the Vanguard newspaper here. Godfatherism, El Rufai, Lagos APC clash over Tinubu. I owe no one apologies, says El Rufai. Talk is cheap. Asiwaju remains our leader. And that's coming from Lagos APC. Federal government shuns Kokori. Labour inaugurates NSITF board. And up here, a guest of ours last Friday, Inse Ikwe Etim, says, why I can never conceive a child. Well, very interesting there. Down here, 16th birthday, hundreds march for Leah Sharibu in UK, US. Shoyinka pays tributes. And we also have corruption allegation. Court declines to order EFCC to try Oshiomhole. These and more stories in the Guardian, Vanguard newspaper today.
We also have the Nation newspaper on standby. It says here, CJN, Buhari, Senate, AGF get 14 days to defend choice. Court fixes June 3rd for hearing. It also has a picture here and it's tagged Tears of Joy as Zainab Abubakar return from Saudi Arabia. Court won't stay order for Adoke Etete, others arrest. It says here 33-year-old man gets death sentence for killing brother in Lagos. JAMB remits 5 billion naira to federal government account. It also says here low-key May 29th inauguration for Buhari. Meanwhile, troops rescue 29 women, 25 children. More on page 43. Kano gives staff of office to 4 emirs. And finally, Kwara governor-elect Abdul Razak holds investment talks in the U.S. That's what we have on the cover of The Nation.
All right, very interesting there. I do not think we have time for more, so we have to take a break. And then, of course, return with traffic situation in Lagos. Stay with us.
Welcome back. It's still Wake Up Nigeria. Now it's time for the Lagos traffic update. Now you need to note something. You could be part of this segment. Send us a message on Instagram, Facebook, or even Twitter. Let us know what your traffic situation is right now. Perhaps even take a traffic selfie and send it right to us with our hashtag Wake Up Nigeria. I'm going to be taking a look at some key routes, and the team are on standby in the kitchen to help me, either concur or otherwise. Mike always has some interesting take on how the route from the island is, So did you fly here or did you drive? Just trying to find out.
Which island are you talking about?
Okay, but seriously though, if you are anywhere around Akonwojo area of Lagos and you're planning to head towards Ikeja at all, it's not going to take you more than 35 minutes, with the most major traffic being around Ikeja along. There's about 7 to 10 minutes gridlock right there, right after Nigerite. And now if you're heading anywhere between Cement and Mongoro, really you should, maybe if you know an alternative route, try and take one, because there is quite a bit of a gridlock there as well. But not to worry, if you have booked enough time, in 35 minutes you should be around Ikeja. But if you're moving from Ikeja towards, or let's say Ojota, let's check out Ojota right now. Ojota area of Lagos heading towards the island seems to be a little free. It's going to take you about, let me see. It's going to take you about 45 minutes for you to get through Ikorodu Road right now. That's before you get to Western Avenue, heading towards the Echo Bridge. So I believe Mike or MM, is it MM that was about to say something now? I have a feeling they have something.
Tweets here.
It's Mike, okay.
And their tweet pics, Kotsi, Giddy Traffic, and So, but this is like 20, 30 minutes ago, and we have pictures here, pictures worth 1,000 words. And this is National Inward PWD. Of course, this is en route Bolade Oshodi. Is at the moment, it's a tweet pic, so it tells you, I can see a traffic official there. I mean, at about 20 minutes ago, which is quite a very, very good thing. If traffic officials can get out that early in the morning, then they are definitely doing something right. So kudos. Another tweet pic here, Ilezik. Now, this is Scotty at Youth Toy, who tweeted at Giddy Traffic, says Ilezik inward Ajayi Farm on route Ikeja along 5:46 a.m. Now, this is a tweet pic just showing you the exact situation of the traffic. Doesn't say whether it's heavy or not, but from what I can see here, it's quite free. It's quite free, and that is quite good. A picture is worth 1,000 words. And okay, so this is something here. This is a very, very, very large update here. I can't go through all of it, but traffic summary at about 6 a.m. It's quite a lot here. Let me just leave that one.
It can be quite hectic on a
Tuesday. It is. Yeah. It
can be quite hectic on a Tuesday, especially along the route to the island. Now, I did mention Ikorodu Road. For those that are wondering where the traffic spots are, mostly it's Shomolu, Fadeyi, then Alaka area. All those areas are a bit tight until you climb the bridge. Now, the bridge is going to take you about 15 to 20 minutes to cross in itself, but you should be around Bonny Camp in Victoria Island in about 1 hour, 5 minutes if you decide to take Ikorodu Road from Ojota to the island. Now, if, for instance, you're coming from Ajah area of Lagos, we all know that that's Mike's favorite location to talk about. And Yomi usually comes from that particular area as well. But the truth is, when you're going all the way from Ajah to Victoria Island on a daily basis, you have to book about an hour, 20 minutes. It's almost as long as the whole Third Mainland Bridge when you think about it. It's tense around Victoria Garden City, that's VGC. It's also a bit tense around Chevron area. Honestly, by the time you get to Ikota Shopping Complex, you're just chilling. You probably started streaming with us and you're probably watching us tell you what you already know. You're just gonna have to sit it out for a bit, and hopefully you'll be able to get to your destination in about an hour, 20 minutes. So hopefully we've been able to help you out with your traffic situation today. Even though I'm hearing that there's a nice alternative route around that Tickle Bay area of Lekki that some people like to take, and it's been helping them out right before you get to Freedom Way in Lekki Phase 1. That's the junction that used to be a roundabout, you know, that junction that helps you skip all the traffic going towards the toll gate. Yeah, that one. That's the one I'm talking about. You might want to take that road if you're planning to get to Victoria Island a little earlier than everybody else. Have to wrap this up now, but when it comes to traffic updates, well, we always try to keep you up to date and get you to your destination on time. Make sure you send in your messages. Use our hashtag #WakeUpNigeria. So hopefully, Mike has started, you know, serving me coffee. Says, hopefully.
Until.
Hopes.
Hey, it's buffet, serve yourself. Coffee buffet, serve yourself. Yeah, so, okay, no, she said she had not seen it, so let's not just go into all of that, yeah?
I don't
What's
understand.
that?
Why do you want to talk about Game of Thrones?
Why not?
Why?
It's Tuesday. I used to think you thought Tuesday was too early to talk about it.
You know, okay, well, not about it exactly, but it's now officially the lowest rated season.
Exactly.
So I'm not talking about the episode, yeah? I just want to talk about how good things or great things don't always have the endings that we want. You know? You see, that's more or less like maybe a disadvantage of starting off very good. This story started off excellently well, but it's...
So, Mike, this
tanking
is
quite a
all
bit.
your opinion.
I'm not surprised.
This is all your opinion.
Not
Okay, so
really.
the truth is...
So I'm saying don't finalize it and scrap it and make it a bad
I'm not
show just
scrapping it.
because you didn't enjoy it.
No, see, okay.
just like
see.
you said, it's
Let
all
me
his
see it, let's
opinion.
see. Okay, so what happens is that on Rotten Tomatoes, you have certified reviewers or certified critics who probably studied filmmaking.
Sometimes
and all
Rotten
of that.
Tomatoes is crap.
Yeah, well, so
Sometimes.
No, look here, see, look. Whatever I want to say, that is about the highest ranking body when it comes to criticism of movies.
Yeah,
You
true.
understand? They are the number one. Now, so, yeah, my feeling, one person might give it 100, another person might give it 0. So the person that gave it 100, it might be, but we're saying that it's an aggregate. So when you say aggregate, you're looking at you
Average.
pull
Collection,
together.
yeah.
So on collection on that, this is the lowest. So I say that
So
generally
when you
more
give
people
something
feel so. More
really
critics
high
feel
expectations
so.
to a particular show, you have to also think about what actually went into the show. What were the things that they actually put into it that made it as good as it was over the years?
So this is why
so you have a writer who has a collection of books, right? And no matter what, no matter which book it is, the interpretation of that writer, you know, in the mind of a director is what you have to think about.
What you said now is what I was actually
Yeah.
going to talk about because the man who wrote it, that's George Martin, I believe.
R.R.
Yeah,
Martin,
R.R. Martin. He said that he is not pleased with the fact that it's ending this season because apparently there are still about 2 more stories. But the HBO said they couldn't go further with sponsoring it.
Yeah.
So this episode was more like mumble jumble of so many things, like just so that the season can end. But he mentioned the fact that left to him, the show shouldn't end yet. It still had like 2-3 seasons left
And you
before the
never
story
know.
can be fully
You never know. They might even still
experienced.
bring it back. You need things.
they're
Funnier
not
things.
bringing it back.
They're not
You
bringing
never
it back.
know.
What they're
You never
actually
know.
doing is
They're
they're having
doing some
spin-offs. Yes,
Yeah.
about 5
they're not
different
bringing it
shows.
back.
They're even starting shooting before the end of this year for one of them. Yeah.
So what you do? What?
I was about to say something.
Okay, well, well, like you said, there are times where we'll anticipate so much.
Yeah.
We expected so much, no jokes, from this particular season. And the truth of the matter is because we know that from season 5, there's been a lot more monies that have been, put into this project to make it what it is. Do you understand? So we expected it to, come with the gangs, but apparently it's not meeting expectations. But I feel like they're just in a hurry
to wrap it up.
Yeah, that's it.
But my
because that's
issue
what the
is-
author also said.
I
it's
really
not a
don't
hurry.
like it when people critique things they cannot do themselves.
Yeah.
Like, if you understand what they've been able to achieve.
Okay, so wait, Titi.
with graphics,
Titi, we're talking.
Yes,
Wait. If we're talking Nigerians now, it's
no,
different. We know
still,
ourselves.
Zina.
But
This
we're
guy-
talking about people who. I mean, come on, look at season 1 to 6.
George Lucas.
They put so much,
George
a lot
Lucas.
of work
George
lot
Lucas
of
from
work
Star
and
Wars
effort went into it.
went on set of Game of Thrones to go and see what they were doing. George Lucas, that created Star Wars,
he went to
Raiders
give
of the
them-
Lost Ark,
yeah,
Indiana
he gave
Jones.
them to give them
He
tips
went
now.
there. He didn't go just go there.
DB
for
Wise,
tips. He went there to
DB
go
Wise
and
was
see how
starstruck.
far.
No, DB Wise was starstruck.
No, even if it doesn't matter how starstruck you are,
Bien
there is
was
respect
starstruck.
in that particular zone. There's respect.
Okay,
There's
see, yeah.
respect that see you guys have been able to.
So there was a
you know
tweet,
what?
a friend of mine watched it, and you know what he said? He said, please, this Game of Thrones you guys have been on about, what kind of yama yama did I just see? I mean, he was talking about the latest episode.
Yeah.
And I was like, what kind of yama yama did I just watch?
Okay.
And I'm like,
You know you're spoiling it for people who haven't.
No, she's not spoiling it. She has not seen
I'm
it.
not spoiling, I haven't watched it myself.
Yeah, but
Do
you-
you
you
understand?
also
she's not-
got-
that's
No,
not
but
a
the
spoiler,
truth
man.
is, my Twitter fans have ruined it for me already. Yeah. So I'm just watching for...
Okay, you know facts now. There's something you said. This is why they're not rushing it. They waited for 2 years after the last season.
Yeah.
That's not a rush.
That's
2
a
years.
rush.
No, hold on now. Hold
That's
on.
a rush based on
Hey, wait,
all
hold on
the
now.
content they were
Titi, you
supposed to
said,
squeeze.
because you like something, they also say something. Titi's coming out, goes.
Mike,
Okay.
Mike,
It's normally
calm
1
down.
year. It's normally 1
Mike,
year.
go and
a
do
season.
your own Game of Thrones
Wait
now.
now. It's normally 1 year a season. We all love the show, right? But it doesn't mean that we will take everything. We love it. I still love it. Like, I think it's still number one. No show has come close to it, except
now
what they
you're
come in.
talking.
It is number one, but they have messed up so far with the 8th
How have they
season.
messed up?
Now, they spent 2 years. Now, this is what happens. What I am very sure of, George R. R. Martin's books ended in the middle of season 7.
Yeah.
You understand? Now, what happens is that D.B. Wise and Benhoff have taken the show past the books. And it is quite obvious that it is not the same mind that created the books that is ending the series.
True.
Now, this is what happens. They made a deal with George R. R. Martin. Probably 2 months after the end of this, probably in about August, we would expect him to bring the last 2 books, A Song of Ice and Fire. And that is where we'll see the ending that the creator of the show wanted.
Yes, this is
so
not the
the
ending.
excuse we can give is that the minds that are ending the show are not the ones that
And they
created
are very
it.
different.
So this is fact, yes.
Yes,
So
yes.
that's what happened.
And that's
this
why
is
he's
fact.
saying that if you don't want to get the correct
is
ending
fact.
of the story,
Wait
you
for
need
the
to
book.
get
No,
the
no,
books.
no, I don't want to say correct because, you know, now in season 1 or so, I've done quite a lot of, in season 1 and season 2, he wrote some episodes. But maybe after season 3, he stopped writing, or they stopped him from writing, right? So D.B. Wise and Benhoff are the ones that majorly write it. They got some other writers, right? But he wrote 1 and 2, he wrote 3. And those were adaptations of clearly what was there. So few things. Few people died, few people didn't come back and all that. But what he said was that, look, because this was based on fans. We love the fact that Ned Stark died. And then sensationalism. We all loved it and then everybody just went up on it. So that's what they tried to give you. Let's kill off major characters. So he said the major difference between the series and his books is that he wouldn't kill off as many major characters.
Yes,
as the
yes.
series
Too
was
many
killing.
people.
And there were actually some people that okay. So I remember
like a
was
Shonda
it
Rhimes.
season 5
Yeah.
or 6?
Shonda Rhimes
Was it season 5 or 6 where Jon
series.
Snow died?
Yeah.
Apparently, in the book, he didn't actually die in the books. You know, he was just attacked.
In season-
was it season 5 or season?
Yeah, that was
6?
the
So it was
end of
just
67.
Benioff and what's his name?
DB Wise.
DB Wise that actually just decided, you know what, we're going to kill this guy
True.
just to create
kind of buzz.
sensationalism around it.
But whichever
so
way, we love
things
it.
have really changed.
I love
Really.
it.
Mike,
We
Mike
love it.
still loves it.
Okay, everybody
Rotten
needs to go
Tomatoes
and
or not.
people have to go and
We
watch
love it.
Mike has something
I love
he
it.
does online.
Come on, man.
And he posts
Like on
his
Monday morning, I'm the
conversation.
first to have it. So nobody loves him more than me.
First, are you kidding?
Nobody loves him more than
Why?
me.
So you know
You
I
get
don't
it.
watch it. So what I do is
Welcome back. It's Wake Up Nigeria. Okay, so you're about to feel our first performance on the show this morning. And she is Kida. Her real name is Mercy Obafemi. She's a hardcore rapper, singer, and lyricist whose musical career started in 2016. Signed on the New Edge Media, she has an EP to her name titled The Next Big Thing. And this morning she'll be performing to Taluje.
Yes.
Yes. How's it been being a female rapper in this industry? I mean, you've been doing this for 5 years.
Yeah, it's been tough, you know, too many competitions out there, but you just have to stand out. Let people know you have the skills in you.
Oh, okay.
And let them know you can't be, you know, defeated by anyone.
Ooh, I like that. I'm loving that confidence. So what's that thing that makes you stand out from other female rappers? Because competition can be quite steep.
By doing something different.
Okay.
there's, should I say, by rapping in a different way.
Okay.
You don't do the same, thing that has always been done.
Okay.
So you just do special stuff.
Are you street rap or you're the sophisticated rap?
Street rap.
Street rap. All right, so I'm just going to let you do your thing. Yeah?
All right.
Take it away.
Yeah.
Hello, Ramachako. I beg, I don't get time for that laughter. DJ Voice, I'm fresh. I don't worry now. New age man.
So I go by the name DJ Voice, the sound circle.
That Zanku went to Harvard.
The way she was doing I can't move my body.
Put me
to
on
save my life.
So put me on doing Zanki. That was Zanki. That was Zanki. That was wonderful, wonderful, great performance. That was a very energetic one there. All right.
That one.
So it's all for the first hour of the show. We have a whole lot coming up in the second hour. You don't want to miss it.
Hello again. Now it's still the show of fun. Wake up, Nigeria.
Now that's the breakfast show that grants you access to copious amounts of fun so early in the morning.
Yes, very early in the morning from 6 a.m. just in case you didn't know. And now that means we're about to get even more exciting and excited.
Yep.
Of course, my name is Titilayo Oyinso.
Mike Mesikeno is my name. We are streaming live at tvcontinental.tv and on Facebook at TVC Connect.
Wake up, Nigeria.
Now that's the breakfast show that grants you access to copious amounts of fun so early in the morning.
Yes, very early in the morning from 6 a.m. just in case you didn't know. And now that means we're about to get even more exciting and excited.
Yep.
Of course, my name is Titilayo Oyinso.
Mike Mesikeno is my name. We are streaming live at tvcontinental.tv and on Facebook at TVC Connect. You can send in comments across our social media platforms with the hashtag WakeUpNigeria.
Now, did you know we had an app? Hey, if you didn't, now you do. Download it as soon as you can. Go onto the Android and iOS stores right now. Our app allows you to watch us from anywhere in the world.
Anywhere you can access internet, you can watch us. Now, this morning, our chef is in the kitchen. Chef from Natido Cuisine, Chef Nathaniel is with us. This guy, anytime you guys, he's sharp. This guy. What's up, Chef Nathaniel?
I'm fine. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning. Welcome. He's actually making something quite interesting. One of my favorite snacks. I'm so excited. I can't wait.
Snacks?
Ooh. Yeah.
It's not food.
Ooh. Oh, really?
Oh, Mike.
A snack is food. It's consumed. It's consumed.
Chef
Anything
Nathaniel,
that can be consumed
it's appetizer I
and
did for us this
digested
morning.
is food.
Yeah, but so you have to keep your fingers crossed on that one.
Chef Nathaniel, I beg, I'm not crossing fingers, so I'm not in this one. Hey, but come on, let's get to tell you what we have for you this morning. Titi.
Whenever I see Chef Nathaniel, sorry, I always want to say, how's Momsi? Momsi, in the beginning,
Titi
Momsi used to
do that.
follow him around back then, but he's Nathaniel, Natido Cuisine now. Let's tell you what's happening on the rest of the show. Juliari Samuel, songwriter, vocalist, and performing artist, also known as Kaba, is going to be here very soon.
For you today, Ice will be with me and we'll be bringing you all of that.
We also have Jesu Tola Ajao, aka Lagos Dads, the new Lagos Dads. Now he's going to be helping brand new moms around the world, or around Nigeria, when he informs the dads of what they need to do to help them out.
And joining us for a chat later on is a writer and actress, Doris Okorie.
Oh,
such a doting husband.
And this doting husband thing, it got me thinking of what you were talking about, new dads.
Yeah.
In Lagos, Lagos is like the best place to work in Nigeria right now, especially for the government.
Okay.
Because you, as a new mother, you get 6 months maternity leave.
Really?
And as a father, you get 10 days paternity leave.
Oh.
It's been
Since when was it increased? to 6
like
months?
2014
For the first
or so.
2 kids,
No, it's 3
apparently.
months. Oh.
No, it's 6 months. So
It's 3 months.
It's
Auntie.
6 months.
Yeah. They extended it. It's 3 months.
It is 6 months.
Okay, so this argument needs to be settled soon.
And
We'll settle it.
nationally, many people don't realize that since last year, the federal government has made it 4 months for mothers, not
Yes,
3 months.
exactly, especially
but
if you
in
have
Lagos,
twins.
it's 6 months.
Oh, wait, all these people are saying
6
you-
months with
Lagos is
10
too-
days for
Lagos is too
fathers.
full. You want people to not be rushing more to Lagos. Yeah, telling them all this thing in your head.
No, but it's been public knowledge for years.
Okay.
I've known about it for
Probably
years.
some
Yeah,
po-
but it's very important. Apart from relatives who come around and all of that, the most important, the most sensitive, the most in short, what other word is stronger than important? Importanta. Personality. When for a new mother, when she just gives birth, is the husband.
Yeah.
That husband's presence.
face.
Even if he's not doing anything, he's just sitting down there beside the wife. With the baby. Let her carry the, just sit down there.
So a lot of
It's
men don't
very
know, and they don't
important,
actually know what
very
to do.
important.
So like, if I give Mike this scenario now, you know, new baby is asleep, right? New baby is asleep. What's the first thing you should tell the mother to do? Both of us know this. All of us know this.
Jim baby, sir, why are you looking at me like
If
that?
the baby is asleep, what do you tell
I
the
don't
mother
expect
to
Mike
do?
to, she's not even married.
No,
yet,
I'm
so.
just saying, it gives you a perspective.
They
What
say
should
mother, they didn't say wife.
mothers?
They are two different things.
Mike, answer the question. What
what's
should
the-
a
what's the
new
question
mother
again?
do
Ask the question.
when the baby is asleep?
What's the question? Start, please.
And that's
This
the
is the
question.
most
She
basic
has said it like 3
question.
times. When a new mother is
So
when
a
a baby
mother-
is asleep,
a mother
yes.
that just gave birth, or
Yes.
a mother that has given birth before.
Whether
just
she has
gave
given
birth,
birth
Mike.
before,
Stop stalling.
Her
Yeah.
first child or her second child.
a
Really,
baby,
Mike?
she has a baby,
You
Mike.
see that you guys,
Really, Mike?
you shouldn't have even bothered.
No,
the thing
Mike
is,
will give us
I
an
wish
answer.
you
He's
didn't
a
have
smart
bothered.
man.
I will
Wait,
give
let
you
him
answer,
give
and I'm
us an
coming.
answer.
See, you have to critically analyze a question so that you can succinctly answer that particular
has
question.
no clue.
You understand?
Mike, just don't disappoint me
I'm-
because I've been defending you.
Come on, I can't disappoint
I'll
you.
be insulted for
I
this.
can't
one.
disappoint
Were
you.
you actually expecting a response?
Yes,
guys?
I know Mike has a good response.
Okay, this is my response. This is my response.
Uh-huh.
This is my response. So, Mary's about to give the news now, and we have to head over. Mary Bashua Alimi, please, can
Yeah.
you move on with the
Tell
news?
them the answer
Thank you.
I don't have a heart anymore. Mike just broke it.
All right, thank you very much. Who says pregnant women can't also work out? Yeah? You saw me working out. All right. Welcome to the kitchen, all right. With me is Chef Natido. Not Chef Nathaniel, sorry, of
anyone.
Natido's Cuisine. Yeah, so basically you're Chef Natido.
Yes,
Yeah.
yeah.
And this morning, guys, he's taking us to Mexico, right? Because our breakfast dish this morning is from Mexican. It is called burrito. Burrito. Yeah. So, but basically, we're going to actually talk about what the difference between burrito and shawarma is later, because they're very, they're very similar. Yeah. But let's go through talk about the ingredients quickly.
Okay. We have our tortilla
Yeah.
bread. We have the salad cream, olive oil. We have cheese. Then we have our bell peppers, onions, garlic.
I see tomatoes in there.
Yes,
as well.
with tomatoes.
Okay.
Then we have black pepper, cinnamon, nutmeg, salt, rosemary. I have smoked fish, egg, and scent leaf.
This burrito this morning,
Yeah.
it's a combination of Nigerian and Mexico.
Yeah, the actual Mexican, they use rice and black beans.
Yeah,
but
and kidney beans,
Yes,
actually.
kidney beans.
Or kidney
so I
beans, yeah.
removed that and
Yeah, and then we have our gizzard, of course.
yes,
which
I'm
is
going
cooking.
to add gizzard
Yeah.
to it. So that's because when you make everything too foreign, you know we are Nigerians, we might
We lose
reject it.
our local flavor.
Exactly, so we
So
need to
it's important to add, so that's what we have our,
smoked
our
fish.
smoked
So
fish here.
even if you are taking it to Mexico, you still feel at home.
Right. I already feel at home.
Yeah, sure.
What you're making this morning, burrito.
Yeah,
Very interesting
burrito.
meal. So what are we doing with our eggs?
Yeah, that's what I used to substitute. We are going to bake the egg.
Bake?
Yeah.
on like in the oven? Or, oh, right. Okay. So when you say bake, how do you mean?
Yeah, we'll like mix it like before, like mix the raw egg with some of the ingredients. They will now bake it into the oven instead of frying it.
Oh, okay. I'm really looking forward to that. Wow, interesting recipe
instead of
this
frying,
morning.
you can also bake.
So are you saying, what if you don't want to bake it?
Yeah,
What
you
if you
can
just want to fry it?
You can fry it.
Okay.
Either way.
Okay, so if you're frying it, do you make it into scrambled eggs or omelets?
Scrambled eggs.
Scrambled eggs, okay. And so basically you're just mixing all of these ingredients into the eggs.
Yes, we are going to stir fry these ingredients.
Okay.
Then later we'll now mix it with the boiled gizzard and smoked fish.
Okay.
Then we'll now mix it with the eggs. Then we'll bake it so everything would enter inside.
So where does the cheese come in?
Inside we'll put in the oven so everything will melt.
Okay, so it melts.
Inside. So once we are done, we'll now put it inside.
So are we wrapping this up
Sure.
or we're wrapping it?
We're wrapping
So it's basically a shawarma,
Yeah,
but it's not shawarma actually. So just in case you didn't know.
Beef or chicken. So
Yeah, so just in case you didn't know, shawarma is actually from Bahrain. It's originated from Bahrain, that is Egypt, while burritos were originated from Mexico. So this is a typical Mexican dish, but Natilio is adding his own flavor to it. You know, that's where we have our, smoked fish coming and our gizzard instead.
Eggs.
But for burritos, basically, you're supposed to use beef.
Yes.
Yeah,
that's the
kidney beans. But we're making
times you need to
gizzard
be
this morning.
creative. You don't need to follow everything.
You don't have to, we don't have to do it, copy and paste.
Exactly.
We can create our own stuff.
Everything.
Yeah, that's the joy of cooking, right?
That's the joy, exactly. Just you say that they put this on, remove it, put it down to get a different flavor.
I'm loving
that
it.
you can even come up with your own
recipe. Nice. So basically, we're just actually going to wait for our gizzard to, get ready.
So while that is going, we can start stir frying.
Stir frying. All right. Great stuff happening here on the show. I am super excited about what we're making this morning. I hope you watching at home are. We'll be right back. Stay with us. This Wake Up Nigeria.
If you missed Taloje earlier on, you're about to get a second performance now. Taloje was the first one. This is the second one now. What's the second one dropping now?
It's Taloje.
Okay.
The first one was Malos.
The first one was Malosi.
Yeah.
This one is Taloje. Wonderful. Okay. All right, so let's talk about your performances. But then, okay, we're not doing Malos, we're doing rock here. We're doing rock here. That's what we have now, right? Okay. So, but then I love your first performance. How much of stage crafting? I know your performance is energetic and all of that. Yeah. How much of being, like I saw your dance moves and all that. That was quite very cool. How important is that stagemanship in your performance? When you put up your performance and all that, how important is it to you?
It is very, very important because you need to carry the audience along. You don't let them feel bored. So as an artist, the rapper precisely, when you get on stage, all you need to do is you try to watch your audience, carry them along by freestyling. So that is the first thing you use in triggering them before they perform.
How long have you been rapping, by the way?
5 years ago. So.
Okay, and how did it start for you?
3 stuffs.
No, how did rapping start for you?
How did it start?
Yeah.
Well, it's just discovering of talent. I never knew I could rap. Then I listened to the likes of Olamide, Vector and the rest of them. So
it's quite cool now. There's earlier on, like when you look at music much earlier, a lot of people tell that okay, they were inspired by Tupac, Biggie, but I like that a lot of rappers are now being inspired by Nigerian acts and all of that.
Yeah,
that's quite a very cool
Olamide, like time.
Okay,
then,
so like he's your. Have you? He's like, if you ever had to feature an artist, who would it be? Dream artist. Let's say dream artist. If I give you a chance that. Pick one artist that you can feature.
Just 3 artists right now. Okay. Number 1 is Olamide. I like to feature Two-Face and Burna Boy. Yeah, Olamide, Two-Face and Burna Boy.
Okay, all right. Okay, cool. So let's get for that performance now. Rocky is the one that we have now, and that's the one that you're dropping, right?
All right.
Take it away.
for that one, Kida. Bera. Yes, so we are waking up everybody up on Wake Up Nigeria this morning. Lovely performance there. Thank you so much for, giving us a bit to rock to this morning. All right, so here in the kitchen with me is Chef Nathaniel of Nachido Cuisine. And this morning, guys, he's taking us to Mexico. And we are making burrito.
Yeah, burrito.
I actually love that word, burrito.
It's very nice.
Burrito.
Burrito.
All right, add your screen right there, the ingredients. Well, let's run through the ingredients quickly and, let them know where
we have tortilla bread, we have our salad cream, olive oil, cheese, egg, milk, scent leaf, smoked fish. We have our spices, black pepper.
What spices are we working with?
Black pepper, rosemary, nutmeg, salt, and cinnamon. Then here we have bell peppers, onions, garlic, and tomato.
Yeah.
And here we have our gizzard.
Okay, so our gizzard is actually taking a lot of time to cook.
It soon gets ready.
Okay. I just wanted to just say that, but it's actually, you will be ready in a bit, yeah?
Yeah, just within a few minutes.
All right, guys. So earlier we were talking about the difference between shawarma and burritos.
Yes.
It's quite interesting.
They're very, very similar.
Yeah,
just
really.
Little.
Actually, but for burritos, actually, you could only use, so burrito is actually a dish.
Yes.
But unlike shawarma, it's more like a snack.
Yes. Yeah.
And then, so for burritos, all the ingredients basically have to be cooked, really well cooked.
And shawarma, most of them are just like vegetables.
Yeah, so with shawarma, you work with just vegetables, raw vegetables.
The meat or chicken.
Yes, that's cooked. But for your burritos, everything basically
and
is
the
cooked.
way you can actually tweak it that it will be heavy.
Yeah.
Like you can use it as maybe breakfast or even dinner.
Yeah, so shawarmas are a little healthier than burritos actually. Yeah. Okay, so where we at right now? We're stir frying our vegetables. Okay.
Yes.
Like we said earlier on, for burritos, it has to be the ingredients have to be cooked compared to shawarma. Yeah.
Shawarma, we just add everything and we're good to go. So we have our black pepper.
Okay.
Rosemary.
All right.
Just a little bit of salt. We will not use much salt because of the cheese. Cheese has lot, so then little nutmeg. So.
Nice. Actually, so for our gizzard, what did you use in seasoning? What were the ingredients?
I didn't use much seasoning because I'll still mix them together. Okay. So I don't want it to be.
Yeah, that's why I asked, because people need to know if it was seasoned or not, because you're adding seasoning to our vegetables.
Adding seasoning to the vegetables, so it's just onions I use. Okay. So then later we'll mix everything together. So both the seasoning in the vegetables would enter.
Yeah, so there's going to be that fusion.
Yeah.
And so at some point we are going to be tossing our eggs into the oven. Right, so it's gonna bake. We are baking eggs this morning, guys.
Eggs.
I didn't know you could bake eggs. Yeah.
We learn something
every day. Yeah, so I'm really looking forward to that. So at what point does the milk go in actually?
We'll mix it with the egg, so it will be a little bit creamy. We'll mix it with the egg, some of the vegetables. We are not going to use everything, just little, then the gizzard and the smoked fish with the cheese. Then the cheese will melt in. So by the time you are no other kind of cheese inside, just cut it and
okay, so are we going to put the eggs in here and put it in the oven? Or we'll bake our eggs first?
After we bake the egg, then we'll now put it inside, then fold it.
And then
you can now just a little bit.
Wow, this seems quite like an interesting process.
Yeah.
I'm so excited about it. Even though we are in Mexico right now, Nachido Cuisine is taking us on a cuisine cruise. You need to see this package. Welcome back. You're on to Wake Up Nigeria. And if you're just joining us, guys, with me in the kitchen is Chef Nathaniel of Nachido Cuisine. And this morning we are making burrito. But do you know people actually call it burritos?
Yeah, that's the
And I've always wondered why. It's not, no, it's wrong. It's actually supposed to be pronounced burrito.
And it's burrito. But because they are maybe probably English speaking, so they don't pronounce it.
It's burrito. There's no burritos anywhere. Burrito. And it's actually called Little Donkey. Yeah, we heard that first the Wake Up Nigeria. I know. All right, so this morning, guys, we're making burrito. And so let's go through the ingredients quickly and where we are right now? Because I see that our vegetables are ready.
We've already stir-fried the vegetables. We have onions inside, bell peppers, tomatoes, and garlic.
Yeah.
With some spices, we use black pepper, nutmeg, salt, and rosemary.
Yeah.
So we are going to bake the egg instead of frying it.
Okay.
So I've mixed in milk and a little bit of cinnamon inside. So.
And we have our oven is preheated already, and getting that ready to.
Little in here.
Okay, so we are putting in our vegetables, cooked vegetables. We are not using all of that.
No, I'm not using all.
Okay.
Then just.
So we have milk in here.
Yes, milk.
Okay.
And cinnamon.
And cinnamon.
Because cinnamon has a very nice flavor.
Yeah, it actually does. Oh, it actually does. So I'm curious, at what point does our smoked fish go into this recipe?
By the time this is done, we would mix the gizzard, the remaining vegetables, and the smoked fish.
Okay.
We'll mix them together and then add it to the tortilla bread with this.
Great. So right now we're tossing
so
this into
instead
the
of
oven.
we just having a plain egg, so it will have a little bit of color and seasoning. That's why.
Like I said earlier on, I am so excited about this meal, like really excited, because I'm loving the local flavor that you're, infusing into this meal, which makes it more exciting. So let's put this into the oven.
Yeah, just cover it.
So it's important to make use of a foil paper, yeah?
Yes.
When you're working with this, okay. So we expect that egg would rise, right? Okay.
Just fold nicely.
Okay.
Yeah.
So do you actually always have to use a foil paper, or you could use, are there any alternatives?
There are other ones, but this is the one that I'm familiar with.
Okay.
And I like using.
You like to play safe? Okay,
Yeah.
it's fine. All right, so how long is this going to be in the oven for?
Just for like 15, 20 minutes.
15, 20, oh, that's quite a while. Okay, so great. So let's toss it in the oven.
Everything would be ready.
Oh, we're not going to put it in a plate or anything. We're just going to put it in.
Yeah, we
like
can just put it inside.
Well, I don't know how it works, so yeah. Yes, people, if you're just joining us this morning, we are making burrito, And right now, our egg mixture is going into the oven, and that's going to be there for 15 to 20 minutes. And, okay, so I'm just going to set the timer for this. Yes. 15, 20 minutes, yeah?
Yes, just like 20 minutes.
Okay, so I'm just going to make it 20.
Yeah.
So we're just going to leave that there.
I'm good to go.
All right, so we're moving on to our gizzard, right?
Yes, our stubborn gizzard that has been on for a while.
It's actually been cooking for a while.
Yeah.
And
so
then
everything will be very, very soft. We don't want it to be hard.
At all.
So it's
Great.
very,
okay,
very
so
soft.
I'm just going to put away some of the plates. I won't use it anymore. So are you still making use of any of the spices?
No, no, no.
Okay, great. So I'm just going to toss that aside as well. All right.
Gizzard is
Whoever
almost done.
thought that, burrito would actually have, like, it would mean something funny, like little donkey. I haven't even heard the word donkey in a really long time. So just in case you're wondering, burrito donkey, little donkey is actually originated from Mexico. So burritos is a Mexican dish, and that's what Nathaniel is making for us this morning, and he's infusing his own local flavor, into this Mexican dish, having that Niger Mexican feel.
Niger flavor.
Niger flavor. High five. I'm loving every bit of this cooking recipe this morning. Thank you so much, Nathaniel. All right, so guys, enough of the food.
Burrito.
Yeah, burrito gist. All right, I love food though, but hey guys, we have Mike and Ice who'll be filling us in on what's happening in the world of entertainment. Hello, Mike.
Yep, ma'am. Thank you very much. Y'all should make sure you get that done in time, all right? It's entertainment news here, and I've got Ice in the house. How you doing?
I'm good.
High five, high five, high five.
Hi,
okay,
Mike.
so about to give them the scoop on entertainment, and this has been trending, and it has been quite an issue. Naira Marley and the EFCC, Amaya Yahoo Boy, and all of that. A number of people thought he had been released after EFCC arrested him, but it's like he's still in custody. What's the? And then he's making some statements about being arrested for like how many times? What's up with Naira Marley?
Okay, so basically, they arrested him during the weekend, and all this police EFCC thing. When it's weekend, you're sleeping over,
Yeah,
trust
man,
me. You're sleeping
like,
over.
man.
But it's been so many gists. It's still in the custody right now.
Yeah,
They've not
yeah,
released
according to
him.
them, and they said they will charge him to court soon. I don't know, do they something on him?
That's what I'm saying, like the whole court issue. If it's custody, I think he has to say whatever it is he wants to say.
But then supporting them because, but yeah, okay, yes, he does have freedom of speech, but as it stands, he seemed like he was an active supporter. I mean, considering his statements, you know, there are some statements that are that will indict you, and that is what he has done. He maybe spoke a little bit too much, probably out of turn.
He probably I think so.
Okay.
Because in Nigeria, there's some things you can say, some things you shouldn't say. Naira is not based in Nigeria, it's not Nigerian based. So probably, since he's been back, he's been rolling with some kind of friends. And I think he got arrested with Zlatan.
Yeah, with Zlatan and all of that. They were
Jago and Co.
Quite a number of them.
Serious, trust me. Looks like he's a very serious. He looks different from the others that we've always been seeing.
Okay. You know what happens? We'll just take a very short break. We're still on entertainment news. We're coming straight right back to it. Welcome back, and just before we left, we were talking entertainment news, and we're back to it. Juliet Ibrahim and Iceberg Slim. Iceberg Slim is my guy. Like, we've had times where, you know, we've had to chat and all of that, and the last time we spoke, man, okay, that's when on air, Baba was still very much in love, man.
You see,
Baba was still very much in love.
You see this love thing, eh?
Yeah.
Me, I will say it. I will still fall in love. I don't know when. You guys are not going to discourage me.
Okay.
Because I can remember when this whole love thing was everywhere. It was always
himself and Juliet Ibrahim, man.
We're posting pictures, booby, kissing on social media and live shows and all of that.
Exactly.
And now the whole relationship has already scattered. And
So I think at times celebrities, there's some sort of pressure to show the world that they're happy or they're in love. Do you have to show the world that you are in love?
I think it's personally.
It's a personal
if
thing,
I have
right?
a relationship, you might not even know. Like I'm always single. I'm forever single. Trust me. So if they
so the story now is that both of them seem like they were just throwing shit at each other.
Yeah,
right?
so
How did it? I mean, it started with Iceberg Slim posting up something that this could be yours and all of that. Then Juliet Ibrahim now goes back. The whole it was all this could be yours kind of thingy and all of that. Well, man, if you ever really loved somebody, can you really get to detest somebody like that?
I don't know what went wrong between them because it wasn't.
They've not said anything.
But I feel she's actually really hurt. You know, she's a lady now. The big girl hype on social media, and relationship didn't last up to 5 months, and it's gone. It is well. You find.
All right. Talking about people who maybe they don't have the best when it comes to relationships, but are quite very open about it. Iyabo Ojo put up a video. I saw some parts of the video, although I didn't go through the whole thing, and man, this was really quite an emotional video. Maybe let's listen to a little part of it, and then we'll talk about it.
And on my wedding day, I discovered my husband did not love me. On my wedding night, he said, I do not love you. I only married you because you were pregnant. And I gave my life to Christ again. And I held on because I just could not walk out of a marriage I just got into. And I decided to have my son in church. And I did have him. The Redeemed Christian Church in Etere, Moshe. And the first time that boy popped out, every pain I felt, every sadness, every guilt, every blame, everything just away. It went away.
Okay.
Okay, so a number of people were smiling behind, maybe because of the soundtrack behind,
Yeah.
But, man, that experience on your wedding night, man, that is something, that's emotional, I don't know, heartbreak on another level, man.
Wedding night is even still far. Just normal relationship that we're having, and you're telling me you don't love me, man. Oh my God.
And then you get married, and then on your wedding night, what else that? Like, Well, you ladies have really been, ladies are quite strong. But then, what, I mean, in this kind of situations, could she have done anything differently?
No.
Because she said she gave it her all, man.
Trust me, if a guy doesn't love you, he doesn't love you. Or rather, if a man doesn't love you, he doesn't love you. Yeah, but
shouldn't she, like, were there no, signs could have been there. I'm sure she might have seen signs.
Man, see, you see you men, let me just say you men. You guys can be somehow, like, you guys will show love and all these things, like, do everything, oh, I love you. They actually love each other before they started doing whatever it is they did and resulted to the pregnancy. Yeah. So what happened all of a sudden? You know, you men.
No, it's not a man thing.
It was actually
I think it's a human thing because men also have their own experiences with ladies. So it's not a gender.
Yeah, but do you think a lady will actually go ahead to marry you and tell you on the wedding night I don't love you? Like, marriage is like a bond. Do you know what it is?
Okay.
It is so deep.
That's a good question.
No.
That's a good question. All right. Okay. Now, just before we talk about this, next week, of course, we're talking about is the finale of Game of Thrones. The entire saga is coming to an end. I'm still excited about it. But let's take a look at the preview for that finale and talk about our expectations. Mad Queen. It's very, very fast. What do you feel about the series so far? Your expectations for the finale?
Trust me, when I watched this last episode, I was like this, all true, like, what happened? What happened? I didn't know what happened, but you see, I just feel, I think there was a part where they said I was going to kill someone with a green eye. Yeah. So you're expecting that to kill? I'm waiting for that part. Because the narrative is already going crazy, trust me. And John deserves to. Okay, so those are, let's just keep it up. Don't give spoilers, but hey, come on. Crazy. We're looking forward to next week and let's see what they have. Generally, do you think they've done well with season 8? It's been amazing, trust me. It's been amazing. That's something you can take to the market. Thank you very much, Ice. It's always great having you. All right, that's all we have on the second hour of the show. We just have 45 minutes more to go. It's going to be interesting. You don't want to miss what we have. Don't go nowhere.
Now you know that if you have particular tastes in TV, this is the show for you.
A very good morning once again to you and welcome to the third part of the show. My name is Mike Messikeno.
And I'm Titilayo Oyinson. Now we're streaming live online at tvcontinental.tv and on Facebook at TVC Connect. Please send in those comments. We can't wait to see them. Use that hashtag #WakeUpNigeria.
The TVC app now, that's quite a very important one. It's available for download on both Android and iOS stores. The app allows you to watch us anywhere where you have internet around the world. You have to have internet and data. Yeah. Just go to. But hey, come on, download the app and you can watch us anywhere.
Be cool. We have quite a few things still coming your way on the show. If you missed anything, not to worry, it'll be on YouTube soon enough. But the kitchen has been smoking. Yeah. Smoking hot. Smoking hot. Oh, look at that. Look how colorful that is. It looks juicy and tasty and spicy. Yes,
Natino. Natino, Baba.
We are making some people's mouth watery this morning. We are giving you something to salivate.
What's this one? Madam, sit down there and stop talking plenty.
Mike, Mike is not coming close to this.
If you touch that pot,
Mike is not coming close to this food.
Don't worry, we're all ready for you.
Any power.
We had a special meeting on this matter yesterday. Special meeting, like 10-minute meeting on Mike matter.
Any meeting they hold on your head. Be scattered.
Okay, so we have quite a bit coming up. New Lagos dads, Jesu Tola Ajao is going to be here very soon. He's going to be on our parenting segment today, talking about how dads can help out new moms. Yes, so new moms.
And then we have Cabal for a musical performance.
Our guest for this morning is Doris Okorie.
You need a soothing massage.
Reminds me of like a cookie lion kind of thing. She just looks like...
she doesn't.
She does. She looks like... What? Really?
No, she was cheating on the guy.
Yes, obviously. Cookie lion is cheating on...
Okay.
On what's his name
Anyways,
now?
this Iyaboju's story actually really got my attention, and it's quite touching, truthfully, because and then it actually it makes one question. What are the signs? Are there signs? Are there really signs that, you know, this relationship or this marriage is not going to work even before you say the I do's? What are the signs to look out for that this person is not meant for you? Do you understand? What are the signs to look out for that this person is an abusive person?
Amen.
Emotionally or physically? You know, it's not just, you know, the physical abuse, but there's also the emotional.
Mike, what's your face? Mike was just looking at his hands like, how does he answer this question?
Nobody should come and start. My point is that there's no formula, hard and fast way.
Yeah,
no way.
You know,
sometimes you will just be there and you'll just be going really tired. At times, you get to see signs. Yes, at times there are red flags.
Yeah, there has to be. But
there are sometimes when something just happens and you just see it's like some unveiling just happens and you just see something that has not been there before, especially after I do so. But
see, as far as I'm concerned, there's always a sign. The thing is this, we are so much in love that we don't notice it.
Yes,
and the worst part is when people around us are warning us about it, and because they've seen those signs as well. Yeah. But we're like, no, in fact, the worst is I can change that person. Yeah. You can never, ever change anybody. Change has to be a personal decision. Yeah. It's not because of you.
People actually change because of people.
That's why I said, see.
Yes,
people
but you
change
cannot change the person if the person is not willing to change.
I believe that there are no absolutes.
That's the thing.
People have changed. We've had people who have gotten into marriage, but that's why I say somebody's experience is not going to be the same as your own.
True.
Some people have changed because of some other people.
Yeah.
I know people have changed because of love. Yeah. If you're going to be with me, you have to be this. And that's what they become. But there's no hard and fast rule. That's just what I feel.
Yeah. All right. Now,
if your marriage is going to work out, it will work out. If it's going to fail,
it's a conversation that definitely can't be completed here, but you can help us out on social media. Use our hashtag #WakeUpNigeria.
Welcome back. It's Wake Up Nigeria. I'm so excited about today's topic because being a parent for the first time is a lot for both parties. Now we have Jesutola Ajao, aka Lagos Dads, and today he'll be talking to new dads about how they can be helpful to new mothers. So Lagos Dad is a parenting platform for dads, and it helps to promote improved parenting. Welcome to the show, Mr.
Thank you very much. Good morning.
All right, so I am so excited about this topic because our men need to know that it is both parties that make a child.
Yes, of course.
Not one person. It's important for them to know this thing. So at what point in a man's life do you instill this, instill it into their consciousness that, okay, so your wife gives birth, this is what you need to do. That is what you need to do.
Okay, just as much as we pay attention to the ladies, telling them, this is how you're supposed to prepare for marriage, this is how you're supposed to behave when you're married, the same way we should also raise our boys to know about these things. It's really important that we start early so that you can actually put it in their head. They must know that it's a part of the system to do the right thing, or I think an important thing to be involved in the process throughout to help the woman. So we must also start this from the act of parenting to raise our boys to be conscious of these facts as well. So it's somehow going to be in their mind to also know that, okay, when my wife is pregnant, I must be involved throughout the process.
Okay, great. Okay, so like you mentioned earlier, it is, yes, we have a lot more men in this generation who are a lot more involved in that process. But we also have some men who, at that point during the birthing process or, after birthing process, they leave the wife and they're either moving to another room or moving to another, country, let's say, because they can't cope with all that is going on. So how do you help such a man go through what, is going on in his mind?
Okay, such a man must first seek information. A lot of them behave that way because they don't know how to handle the hormonal imbalances. When my wife was pregnant, the morning sickness was it for me. I couldn't handle the process of her throwing up and all. But then over time, I acquired the information I needed to help her through these processes. So men...
Was that a conscious effort from you, or your wife was the one who actually made that?
I've always wanted to be involved.
Okay.
So I took the lead of reading and asking questions, So the men must also be ready to be involved in this process. If you're not ready, you can't learn it. So the man must learn that, okay, these are the changes that will happen with my woman, and this is how I must tackle or be able to help her through these processes.
Let's talk about it, because it's important. It's one thing to say, oh, they need to learn. And well, that's why we have you here, to help them, learn through this process. So what do I need to do? So while my wife is pregnant, what do I need to do in the first trimester, in the second trimester, in the third trimester, after she gives birth? What do I need to do?
Okay, the first trimester is actually always very mild. You don't really have...
you can still. It depends.
You don't really have...
It depends,
well, it depends on pregnancy, but it's usually very mild, unlike what is after.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. You don't really have all the drama, in quotes. But the second trimester gets intense.
Yeah.
You're going to have to help her pee through every 30 minutes.
Help her pee?
Yes,
like,
of course.
Take her through to the toilet?
In the middle of the night, that's what I mean.
Oh, in the middle of the night.
You have to clear the hallway for her, or
Yeah.
probably put lights or something, or she's going to have to... Sometimes she needs to wake you up to help her.
Okay.
You have to be able to help her to massage her foot, the back rubs, because sometimes some women sleep on their back, and then the pressure of the baby goes to the back, the spines and all. So also the house chores. You have to help her through the house chores. You must be able to assist her through all the things that she usually would do without asking for help. And also the late night meal. Let me make this instance. There was a particular night that I got back home late, and then my wife cooked this really, really delicious meal, and we went to eat together. And she said, "Oh, I don't want to eat this food. Okay, I'm fine. I'm just going to sleep." She woke me up about 12.
That she wanted to eat the meal.
That she needed to drink a cold tea or something, and I need to walk about 10 minutes to get that stuff for her. So it happens. So the man must be conscious of these changes that will happen with the woman, so that it can actually help her through the process.
True. Great. And then let's talk about when the baby comes. That's another phase on its own.
Yes.
Like my husband actually there are times where he had to be in the office, and then in my first pregnancy, and then he would, help to carry, especially when they're going through the colic.
Yes.
Yeah, that can be a really, really challenging phase for, for the parents and the child. What does he need to do to help, make that process easier, to help make that phase easier?
Yeah, the man must be available. Okay, someone asked a question earlier on that when the baby is sleeping, what does the mother do? The mother is supposed to be sleeping, resting as well.
Yeah.
The man is supposed to stand watch.
Stand and watch?
Yes.
Are you serious?
Yes, he's supposed to stand watch and help the woman, because she won't be getting enough sleep like that.
Yes, true.
She needs to wake up in the night to feed the baby at interval. So when the baby is sleeping and not disturbing, the woman should sleep as well. And the man should, if he's around, stand watch and help the baby if there's any need, or carry the baby and through all those processes. It's just be responsible, be available. It's also your baby. It's also your pregnancy. The man must be conscious of this fact at every point in time, that this is your thing. This is how we want this to go. And we have the baby right now. So I must also be available to help through the process.
Yes, there's one thing I really need to talk about, I would like us to talk about quickly, which is antenatal. We don't see a lot of men during antenatal. We think, oh, it's the woman that should go for antenatal, But it's also, do you think it's also important for the men to be there as well?
Yes, very, very important. Because at these classes, you will learn a lot of things that you need to know to help the woman. You know, antenatal classes are also very, very important for dads as well. I think our hospitals, our clinics should insist that if it's just once or twice, the man should come for these classes to learn the basics to help the woman through the process.
Because hospitals these days only ask for, because they know the men cannot always be present, they ask them to do blood transfusion. Like, just get involved anyhow, just make sure you're involved.
Some men actually want to be involved, but they don't see the need because somebody asks them to come.
But do they need to be asked to come?
No, they don't need to be asked to come, but then some men need to be pushed to do these things. You know, the society must prepare a process where the man can go to antenatal without feeling ashamed that, okay, I'm not supposed to be here.
Okay, but do you really need to be ashamed? I'll be like, it's...
if you know what goes through the man's mind, you will know that sometimes when you do these things, your guys look at it like look at you.
Yeah, right.
You don't have work, you know.
Anyways, thank you so much, Mr. Jesu Tola. I mean, I'm sure that there are a lot of new dads right now who are watching that have learned that it is important for them to be a part of
it's really important, very important.
That birthing process from, you know, the moment the woman is pregnant till she gives birth, and then, you know,
all these things help you bond with your child. Yes.
Yeah, it's very important. Thank you so much, Mr. Jesu Tola. All right, so quite an interesting discussion today. I really, really hope you've learned, because I have, and I really hope, well, my husband is somewhere watching as well. All right, so we have so much coming up next on the show, guys, so you have to stay tuned for more.
All right, it's time for a performance. This is about the third performance for today, though the second performer. And this time, it's Ojulari Samuel, a.k.a. Kaba. When I first heard your name, like, I had to go look for the spelling to be sure there's no L at the back.
No, not the Kaba.
All right, so Kaba is a songwriter, vocalist, and performing artist. He won the Set to Blow contest in 2017 and was a finalist in the Stage 2018. And it makes me wonder, what do you intend to win in 2019? It does seem to me like you're really trying to push your craft, so you're trying to enter into as many competitions as possible to prove yourself.
Just keep your fingers crossed, man. So that's it.
Oh, I like the sound of that.
That's it, all along.
So what kind of music do you do?
More like Afro-pop.
Afro-pop.
Yeah, in my own way, Nigerian music in my own way.
Okay.
You understand? When you listen, you understand.
So it's a fusion of so many sounds, right?
Yeah, we are putting a lot of work, my dialect, and, you know, to still able to communicate with the streets, like, you know, the normal way thing they happen. I'm a Yoruba boy.
You're a Yoruba boy. Yeah. So there's a lot of infusion of Yoruba in your songs.
My groove, yeah. So
that's great. That's great. Okay, so I'm really interested in listening to your song. So what are you performing for us?
My song, Shakara.
Shakara.
Yeah, that's the title.
Okay,
Shakara.
So let me just do Shakara.
Get ready, man.
Yeah, so take it away.
Welcome back. We've got Doris Okorie, who is an actress. Acting career kicked off in 2016.
She's also a writer. She's written for the likes of Bimbo Akintola, and we've been seeing clips of her in industry.
Very interesting clips, especially the last one. The last one. Last one is just an example of what society has become. You know, and it's not a gender thing. I said it's not a gender thing, right?
How do you mean?
Mike.
No, yeah, it's okay. Like so earlier on, before you came on, we were talking about. I think you had to do to Iyabojo, and she was talking about experience, and they were like, "Oh, you men are really?" I said, "It's not a man. It's a human thing. It's not gender. It's not a man or woman."
Oh my God!
The character you played.
Please answer him.
Exactly. In my case, it wasn't a case of. It was a case of I have to do my own back because he started. Yes. So the story is, you know, based on the music industry owner who
had a girlfriend, but
Okay.
he had to marry me because my father has like a lot of money. So he employs his girlfriend to work for him. So of course I'm oblivious to the fact that this lady who I'm probably free around with my kids they're still having like things. So when I find out, I'm like, okay, if you want to come back, fine, but I'm
gonna have my fun.
Yeah, exactly. So,
Wow.
Yeah.
But apart from your role in the movie, what's your take on? Do you think it's a gender thing? Do you think men are to be held responsible more than women, or in cases like that where maybe cheating or something is involved?
Well, no, I think, everybody has to own, their behavior. I think it's, like you said, it's a human thing. Most people, it is actually a human thing because, you hear cases of women who also cheat. Then you hear cases of men who also cheat. Then you hear cases of men who cheat first and, well, okay, come. Let's sort this out. And then I have to do my own back. So, well, like on a scale of, it can't be 1-0 here.
Wow.
Yeah, it has to be
okay.
1-1 here. So,
Okay.
yeah.
I'm interested in seeing that clip so that people understand what we're talking about. Let's take it one more time.
Yes, baby. Oh.
Okay. Wow.
I was trying really hard.
Yeah.
So it's just like
Dodge. Oh my goodness.
What has your experience been on industry? Now I know it's after Jennifer's Diary and all of that. She has been involved in industry and all of that. And I know it's mostly just distributed via the app.
Yeah.
I know and all of that. But your experience shooting that particular series, because it's quite one of the quality ones we have there. How has your experience been on that?
It has been fantastic, and it's very original, because it has like original music. It has real artists and stuff like that. Yes, so it's really great to see something really fresh come out there. We have various. Of course, I've been on various shows, but this one, when I got the script and I got the call, I was really excited because I was like, oh, okay, because I really don't know how to sing, so I was scared. I was like, you guys are actually
okay, we're supposed to be somebody with singing knowledge.
For those that don't understand what she's saying, so I mentioned something earlier on that you remind me of Cookie Lion, because industry is kind of considered like the Niger empire, and the truth is that's a tall order to fill. A lot of, heavy shoes to fill as well when it comes to acting, and then being consistent. Did you feel any pressure when you got the role?
Well, not really, because of course, there's a process to these things. So you get the script, you do like a table read for rehearsals to get, very familiar with the character. And of course, the cast, they've been fantastic. The person who played my husband, Mr. Leo Oji, fantastic man. Sometimes we get to vibe off each other, his energy, my energy. So it's like, sometimes, of course, as an actor, the script might say, do this, da-da-da. And we're like, do you know what, let's just wing it. Let's make it interesting. So we do it some other way, and then it comes out really nice. And of course, the director has been fantastic because he says, okay, I think this would work. You guys go with it. Because a writer would write the way he thinks it should appear, but an actor would get the script and say, oh, no, I think this would work better. So yeah, the cast, the crew, everybody, helps to get the show running. So that's very important when the cast and crew are in sync. So yeah.
I'm interested in finding out what else you do apart from, being a part of the industry.
Okay, so I write. I've written a couple of stuff for Bimbo Akintola, basically, and I've written for myself. I have a short film, which I produced in November last year. Then I do voiceover works. So yes, so there is a show. It's from South Africa, and then we do like an ADR, how you have like them speaking their language, and then we have to voice English over it.
Yes.
So yes, I've done.
We do with some Nigerian shows here. When I see maybe like the Johnsons, and then I see Hausa,
yes,
and Yoruba, and all of that.
Yes. So this is from South Africa, and then
kind of.
Yeah, something like that. So there's Greed and Desire. There is Ring of Lies. Then currently we're doing. I can't really talk about that one right now.
Yeah.
But Ring of Lies is running now, and Greed and Desire ran sometime last year, 2 years ago. So I do stuff like that. I do voiceovers, and yeah. So
if you weren't acting, what else would you be doing?
Truthfully, actually, I'm actually a chef. I went to culinary school. Yes.
So professional, not just chef.
No. I went to school. Yeah, I went to school, but that was during the strike, so I couldn't really finish. But I couldn't really finish.
Okay.
But I went to culinary school.
Yeah.
But initially, I was like, oh, you know what? I like to fly everywhere. I like to be maybe like a pilot or something. But later on, I actually found out that I really love to teach. Yeah, so I would actually, if given the opportunity, I actually like to be a teacher.
Okay, so there are a lot of things you can teach now. You can teach cooking, you can teach acting, you can teach voiceover work.
English, so
fantastic.
I feel like anybody. I always feel, teachers are very special people. Right? They are the people that they say the reward of a teacher is in heaven. So it's not an enviable kind of profession that way. But hey, come on, teaching is something you can't take it up.
I had a feel of it during my NYSC, and I loved it.
Wow.
I was even talking about it yesterday. I was like, I told my friend, I was like, Beauty, where did you serve? And she's like, oh, I served. I was like, oh, I actually served as a teacher, and I really enjoyed it. My students I'm sure they're like, oh, she's about to call our names now, but Femi, hi Femi. Fantastic students, and I loved creating. There's something that comes with transferring knowledge that I really, really enjoyed.
Yeah.
I come to class with my laptop, and these people are in awe of the things I'm saying, and I'm like, I don't see okay, this is not so fantastic, but why are they looking at me like I'm wearing a cape?
All right, so can I ask you to do something? Can you raise your left hand? Can you raise? Can you do this? Yeah. So there's no ring there for some reason. So
everybody that ring.
Yes, I'm just asking. Yeah, there's no ring there.
Do you want to hear the truth?
Yeah, talk to us.
Men are finished.
They are finished. I don't understand.
There's none again.
Well, I don't get. See man here now.
No, the truth is, I totally understand. People always go, oh, you're so pretty, you're so this, oh, you're single.
Yeah.
And I'm like, sometimes it's actually a choice.
Yeah.
Sometimes you can be lonely,
Okay.
But I think the men nowadays are trying to be stable, which I really, really applaud. Most men are trying to be stable. And then you see also most women are also trying to be stable. So you see a young lady who's trying to make something of herself.
Exactly.
She's like, okay, do you know what? I don't want to get married until at least I have a stable job. I have, something going on for me. Then, okay, I meet a man and then we're like, okay, something's going on for you too. Do you know, let's merge and then we create something. Because most people really do not want to have to bring their children to suffer.
Wonderful.
Yes, and
wonderful. I like
look,
that.
I'm an advocate. I wouldn't want to bring my child here and then
I like that.
you have to saddle.
So you're single, but you are searching.
Well, yeah. Someone was telling me yesterday that someone was like, why are you single? And he was sending me pictures and I'm like, I don't know if I don't think I'm there yet.
Yeah.
But I'm searching, but not really searching. Like just
now we have to invite you to our kitchen. Our chef has been hard at work.
Yes, I've been waiting.
Food, Abby.
Yeah.
Let's do this.
Okay, let's go. Let's go.
Great.
Let's go.
Okay,
This way.
this way.
Thank you.
Oh, thank you.
She didn't need any direction.
All right, this way. She does, though. She needs direction to this seat right here.
Sit. Nice.
Please take a seat.
I hope I can
To
actually.
the kitchen,
Okay.
Miss Doris.
Wow. Natido.
You good?
Yeah.
Waiting, Mike.
Get in there.
Who's talking? Is anybody say something? Am I hearing something?
Welcome to the kitchen,
Thank
Doris.
you.
All right, so this is Chef Natido
Hello.
of Natido Cuisine, and this morning he's made burrito.
Burritos.
It's a Mexican dish, but he's added his own local flavor to it. So so it's a Mexican
I don't want to eat just vegetables.
So while she's having a taste, Nathaniel, please take us through, what's in there.
What it took to get this.
Okay.
Okay,
Yeah.
I actually stir-fried the vegetables, the bell pepper, onions, and everything. And I also had gizzard and smoked fish.
Ooh.
Gizzard and smoked fish.
Yes.
Wow.
So to give it the Nigerian flavor.
Yeah. So
what's egg is also inside.
There's egg too.
Yeah.
All inside this thing. Wow.
What do you think?
Mike.
What do you think?
Wow.
Oh, nice.
Okay.
Wow.
Can I take that home?
Okay. She finds she got something else.
It's really good. I like the beef. What am I tasting?
Gizzard.
You don't know what
It's too good. Like, I don't really care. I just feel that it's like heaven in my mouth. So,
All right.
yeah.
That's
Nice
what
one,
we're
nice
trying to
one.
achieve right now.
Exactly. Thank you
Trying
so
to
much,
give you that
Nathaniel.
burst.
Well done, Nathaniel.
Thank you so much to everyone who was on the show today. It was a fantastic show.
A big shout out to Homely NG for the kitchen accessories.
And of course, a big shout out to Fola at Fola's Place for our amazing hairstyling. Yes, and we're going to be doing this all over again tomorrow morning.
Yes, yes, yes.
From 6 a.m.
See you tomorrow.
Have a great day, everybody.
Have a nice day. Bye.
Bye.